What's going on, everyone? Matthew here from Legionary.com. I wanted to make a quick review of this StopBox chamber lock. I made a review on this channel of the actual StopBox itself, the original StopBox, and shortly after I made that review, when this was released, I purchased this. And it's similar to the StopBox as far as the mechanism for opening this. But it's a chamber lock for AR15 specifically. So as soon as this came out, I purchased it. It was a little bit expensive. I think currently it's sitting at about $169. Now, granted, the StopBox is all made of ABS. This is not. This is made of solid aluminum here. There's some metal components and aluminum on the actual chamber lock itself. These tabs are still plastic. But other than that, it's an extremely solid built thing right here, and I actually really like it. For the price I paid, I'm much happier getting something this build quality than the price it cost for the StopBox being all ABS all over. So I really do like this. It's worked well. The one issue I had, which thankfully has been corrected since I purchased this when it was first released, was that it doesn't fit great for this specific gun. So if I take this off, it's super fast to take off. I've never had an issue taking it off, which is the most important part. You have the different tabs right here. You're pushing this down with your thumb on the top, and then you're putting your combination in right here. And this little tab right there gets locked behind the chamber. So the chamber's right here. It sits in the chamber and prevents it from coming out. Once you put your combination, this little tab goes down and it can slide out of the chamber. The problem I was having was that with this gun specifically, this is a Ruger AR556, but it's chambered in 300 blackout. If you can see on the chamber right here, let me see if I can set it so you can see this. The chamber is flat right here, and then it goes up a little bit, and it's a wider gap on this last part of the chamber. It's not even all the way across. This right here is designed for this very first part. It does not fit over here. So if you try and put this lock on over here, it's just gonna slide in and out. It'll look like it's stuck for a second, but if you tap it, it just comes right out of the chamber because it does not hold itself in there. It takes a little bit more finagling and it takes a little while to get it on, but if you're able to get it on in the very back over here, after messing with it, it will actually lock into place. I can hit this, it's not gonna come off, it's locked in there. It takes a second to get on, which I don't like, but once it's on there, it's actually locked into place. Now, for their new one, they actually have an option now if you're buying this, where you can choose for AR15 or the actual Ruger 556 is an option on the type of chamber lock, and I think they've done something to make it fit with this different chamber size right here. On a standard weapon chambered in 223 or 556, like this, it's straight all the way across. There's not an indent like there is in the Ruger 556. So this, no matter where you put it in the chamber, fits just fine, goes in within a second, and it's locked in place there. You don't have to mess around with it like I just did with that other one. So eventually I think I will get the upgraded version for my Ruger 556 because the other AR is what I typically have set up as my home defense weapon. And the reason I love this is because it solves the same problems the original StopBox solved. I want my gun accessible if I need it. I want the rounds to be near the gun. I don't want it locked away in a safe where it takes a long time to get it out, but yet I want it to be inaccessible from my children. So I have this set on a rack high up in the closet where the kids can't reach it, but as another precaution, I want to have a lock on there as well. This chamber lock allows it so there's no round in the chamber. Nothing done with the trigger right now will do anything because the chamber has to be locked open for this to be in place. Safety is on the gun. If I need quick access to this, it's extremely easy to put in the code. That comes off, I can drop the chamber. This is full right now, so a round would be chambered right there, and I can be off and using this if I needed to in a very quick moment's notice, where it would take a lot longer to open up a safe, get it out of a safe, or if there weren't rounds already in it, to load it all and everything else like that. So this solves the exact purpose that I was wanting, to be able to have my AR as my home defense weapon. For a while before I had this, I did not have a great safe that was easy to access, so my home defense weapon was just my handgun, which I kept in my StopBox, also high up in the closet. But now that I have this, this is what not this particular gun. The other one I had up here is what I use now as my main home defense setup. That's what's always ready to go in the closet. And this has been great. It's made of solid aluminum. Like I said, it's extremely well built. I'm gonna get the upgraded one. That way I can have one for this gun, one for the other gun as well, that actually fits it a little bit better. But the only complaint that I've had the entire time of having this is just that fit in the other gun. But they have done some steps to resolve that now, so I'll be trying that and making sure that works as it's supposed to. But for those of you considering this, I highly recommend it. It is $169, so it's not cheap, but it's way more quality built than the StopBox itself, so you kind of get what you're paying for with this. And it allows me to have the gun accessible when I need it, which is exactly what I'm wanting, so it's worth the money for me. So check this out. I'll have a link down to it below. You can get it in red. It comes in black, and I think a few colors as well, so they're not all red if you don't want the red color. But I highly recommend this. It's been great for what I've needed it for. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments below if you guys own this or if you've had any issues with this since you've owned it. I've really enjoyed it, like I said.